Good morning, traders. I see it's going to be one of those mornings. I did my morning video and forgot to turn the mic on. You gotta love it. So, take two, guys. So, today is the most important auction of the week, the 10-year auction. The 3-year auction yesterday wasn't that good, so be very mindful of that. Had a poor showing for the auction. And the most important one of the week is the 10-year this week because that was one of Trump's policies. He's wanting to get the 10-year yield down. He actually cited that. So he's actively watching the 10-year auction. Uh, so I would be on the lookout for potential a deal to be made today, this morning, before the 1 o'clock auction. So I don't know if that's going to happen by any means. But the idea of knowing that the 10-year auction is coming, uh, having some good news ahead of that auction, because they do not want to lose the Treasury auction. Okay, they really do not want to lose control of these Treasury auctions because if Trump's policies are going to work, they have got to keep these Treasury auctions in check. So be very mindful of that. Okay. Things happening this morning here. We got Nvidia active this morning. A little bit of bid in Nvidia this morning, right around the $100 range. FXI. So China has a bid under it this morning. A little bit of bid in China names. News comes out. China's going to devalue its currency slowly but surely. Devalue its currency to tackle the high tariffs. So it's that's going right hand in hand with the uh, why the tariffs were put in the first place with about the currency manipulation uh, on their currency. So now they plan on devaluing their currency to be more competitive and versus the dollar. So be very mindful of that. Palantir has got a little bit this morning. Really looks like to me with the government spending cutbacks and everything that Palantir is still in a uh, topping phase. So be very mindful of that. Another one has a bid this morning was Apple. Okay, and it's not much. I was looking at it this morning. You need to get above the 176.80 area or something like that to actually, yeah, get some mojo to the upside, in my opinion. So even with the pop this morning, it's still looking bearish in the Apple, and Bob is going up with the FXI news this morning. So nothing great happening as far as I'm seeing on the tape this morning. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, I'll start with my SPY chart here real quick, and some things I got going on here on the SPY chart. We're below Friday's close, so you don't even really want to entertain any long ideas until we start holding prices, maintaining prices above the Friday close. And the fact that we're opening below that says a lot. So, right now, Friday close should be traded as resistance. So, until proven otherwise, we are potentially putting in a double bottom here in the markets. If you go over to the ES, there's another thing here I want to show you real quick on ES. We're right here at this market maker move low, putting in our expected move low for the week. We're getting the double bottom right here. That could be a tradable bottom, okay? And we're currently seemingly bull flagging right above a potential support area here. So there's a couple things here suggesting that this might be a bottoming process in the works right here, right now on the SPY. Okay. Other things I want to point out here. Um, we had a lot of sell. See up here, we had a lot of volume come in yesterday. This is during the cash session. This is our point of control for yesterday, and guess what? It completely broke down and failed into the close. Okay, so that's not good. Whenever you have all the volume of the day and we're closing near the day lows, that's not bullish for the markets. So be very mindful of that going forward here. Uh, and like I have been saying, that I actually thought we were going to go down to 46.50 on the ESs, and that puts us down into the 50-month SMA. Okay. And I still think that's because that tends to be a hard bottom. So I'm kind of on the lookout for some sort of shock and awe event to take us down, break below the market maker move low, and this might happen next week. So the cycles suggest that we got all the way until middle June before the low cycle is in. So they could just hold us here for the rest of the week and then break us down next week and still be into the valid cycle window, time cycle window for the final move to the downside. So be very mindful of that going forward here. Okay. Let's see, NQs. Similar situation. Okay. Similar situation. Point of control was way up here for the day. So, all that inventory that anybody who got bullish up here, they're all underwater here. Okay. So here we are. We're trying to buy the dip. All these people are underwater from yesterday. So, bottom line is I want to be looking at Friday's close before I actually even start getting serious about going to the long side. And we're nowhere even close to that, guys. So be very mindful of that, so Friday, where is it? 1600. Oh, yeah, we are right there. So right here is Friday's close. So we're right there. There you go. So, we want to be very mindful of that. We're right there at Friday's close. I'm not even going to put the wording on there. But my point is we're right here, right now, fighting that Friday close. So that is constructive. So let's definitely keep that one on watch here. See if this turns into a double bottom. Right off the market maker move low, double bottom, bull flag. So basically a break above here. We might want to be looking to the long side here on the NQs going into today's session. So let's definitely keep that one on watch. How about the Russell? Russell. Russell here, guys. We'll zoom in here. I don't have the Friday's lows on here. Friday's close. What time was that? Yeah, we're way below Friday's close here. I'll go ahead and put down on my chart real quick on the Russell. So we really want to be trading above that. So we're seeing a potential constructive on the NASDAQ. So I definitely want to keep that in the back of our minds here if we can start accepting prices and holding prices above Friday's close. Okay, and we're potentially putting in double bottoms off support. So there's a couple things there suggesting, I may want to be more long than short. We'll see what happens here. See how we could just completely tank right out of the gate. So be very mindful. And this is another one. The 50-day moving average, a monthly 50-month moving average has not been tagged yet. And that's a really good support area. So that suggests a wave 5 break of these lows. Okay. Which, this here was a wave 4, this being a wave 4 yesterday, and potentially putting in a wave 5 now to the downside. So be very mindful of that. Okay. Okay, and YM. Similar situation. Let's see how the Friday. We're well below Friday. Apple's really been dragging that one down, you guys. So here, yeah, we're not even near. Apple was really dragging this Dow down yesterday. Okay. So there you go. That right through there is the Friday close. So basically, all 4 indices are below the Friday close. So bias should be technically to the bearish side initially here. So be very mindful of that. Like I said, the importance of that 10-year is really big going the auction today. So and I think we're starting to see the media. I actually was listening to the media after hours and overnight here, and the media is all saying the stuff that I was saying before. We were at the highs of the week on the treasuries, and I put that video out Sunday night or Monday morning. I was worried about this, and man, we just tanked, off the treasuries. I mean, the treasuries tanked, yields just skyrocketed. It's actually a very big move. And here I put the video out ahead of everybody talking. Nobody was even talking about it. And here we are at the lows again right now. And Yeah, there's real concern here that the treasuries are going to take a hit from all this tariff news. So be very careful, guys. Okay. Thanks a lot for listening. Please like my video if you like it, and please retweet me if you get a chance. I did make really good money yesterday. I was in the queues. I made some money, not good money, but I actually uh, I was shorting up here. See how this one here rejected? I was seeing the SPY was into resistance, so I just went ahead and shorted the queues because uh, we had this double top uh, here on the SPY, and acting as resistance. I shorted the Qs with this being into that resistance, and it actually worked out. My timing was great, and I took that all the way down into the last after 3 o'clock. So after 3 o'clock, I actually uh, cashed out on that, but I did have the May contracts, the May monthly contracts, so I didn't make a big percent gain because of the duration that I bought. And the IVs are just so high, I don't want to be buying short dated options unless you're doing spreads. So basically, the only thing, for short dated options, you have to have the spreads on your side. You don't even want to do SPX into the close because the IV is so jacked. Even into the final minutes, the IV is still so jacked into the close. It's so hard to make any money with a volatility the way it is. And if you look at I think the VIX was at 48 a little while ago, I think. Uh, that's what will be X futures. So we're right back at the close on the VX futures. So uh, doesn't look like we really moved anywhere since the close here. 38.40, 38.50, 38.45 was the. No, that's not the close. Where's the close at? 16. Okay, close. 39.60. So we're actually down a little bit, guys. So we're slightly down on the VX futures uh, right here, right now. So be very mindful of that. Obviously, because the markets are up just a tad this morning. So we are slightly down on the VX futures this morning versus the close. So I want to definitely keep that one on watch. We've already this morning hit our resistance. We're rejecting off of it. I'd much rather be a net short, knowing how the resistance is held on VX. See how that rejection. I'd much rather be long the markets, seeing how this is playing out early on this morning. So let's see how it works out. But we may not go nowhere. It's just going to be an absolutely flatline day. So be very mindful of that too. But we do have these auctions. They're very, very, very important. I think we're not really going to get very far in these markets till after 1 o'clock. We're going to have to see some resolution, and the markets know how bad that auction was yesterday on the 3 year. So, they're not going to be jumping ahead of anything until they see the results of the 10, and then we have the 30 year tomorrow. Okay.